how have you navigated Duke as a Latinx staff?
Yeah, that's an interesting question. I thought about that a lot. And, I think that, um, yeah, it's just so different from any school I've been to, because I went to UC San Diego for undergraduate, UT Austin for graduate, and there's just a really big Latinx community built into both those institutions, and kind of take it for granted. I mean, people just around me all the time, who spoke Spanish and English and go back and forth. And so I would say that I've certainly missed having Spanish speakers around. For me, I think because, I don't even know how to put this. I mean, I think people don't necessarily always know that I'm my heritage, partly, I think that there's many ways we look, right, as Latinx people, but I understand, people see me and they see my skin tone and everything, my name, which is my married name, and don't necessarily think, oh yeah, just a person from with Latinx heritage, or a person from Mexico. And so sometimes it's felt a little isolating, because I think, our perspectives in California and Texas have been a lot more, because I was able, and, just large people are able to interact with a wider swath of Latinx people, make up a significant part of the population. It just sort of, I just always found people to talk to, and I didn't have to kind of declare myself sometimes,
I feel that, yeah. Coming from Texas to here was a huge adjustment.
Yeah. From Texas or Tennessee. Yeah.
Because I'm from out of state, so like coming to Duke, like the student population is very like they see like as a monolith, like very much a specific type of Latino that they imagine. And so it's kind of like if you like fall outside of that stereotype, then they like you're like a lot of questions.
Yeah, right. Yeah, that's interesting. So you put it really well. That's how I feel too, and what I've experienced. And I mean, it's right. There's not sort of recognition. It's not a monolith, and it's kind of so I do miss the nuance of like being around a lot of Spanish speakers. And it's interesting in Texas and in California, because right, you have people who have immigrated more recently from Mexico and a lot from Mexico, but also other Spanish speaking countries. And then people who are Spanish speakers, or not sometimes, but have ancestry, very present ancestry in Mexico, but they've been in Texas or in California for generations, and and it's just not exactly like that here. So
what advice would you give to like a first year in college who may feel like a challenge, like being Latinx and like going to a new space, or like a PWI, like where they maybe don't feel like they fit in, or like they belong? Like what would you tell like a first year Latinx student that may not belong or feel Latinx enough or something?
Yeah, or feel Latinx enough. Yeah. Oh, let me think about that one, Benny, for a minute, because it's a hard one. It's I mean, I think that I would say that, like, first I'd say you do belong. You have to, you to claim your identity, and really, although I honor feelings, I mean, I'm not gonna say, oh, I'll be okay, not a platitude, but like I understand kind of wrestling with their identity, but you're okay. It's really about society and not you. You're who you are. You're a valuable person. You bring experiences and culture that make you uniquely you. And it really is not something broken in you. It's if you're feeling excluded, if you're feeling unsure, it is really about our society, and not about you. And hopefully we can all work to fix society. But I would say, like, find friends that, especially at a place like Duke, where, like, I think you have to try a little harder to find maybe friends who share a common cultural or racial or ethnic heritage with you, as a Latinx person. And so, but I would say, get involved with student group, or take a Spanish for Heritage Speakers class, like where you can meet other people who share, people your age, but who share that experience, but also like professors and things who would understand and who you can talk to. Seek people out. Don't think you're ever in it alone, because you're not. There are, if you're feeling that way, there are other people who are too, and you can help each other.